This exact strategy made me $17,000 last month. And this is how. All right, what's going on, guys? It's Nell here. Nice to meet you guys. This is my first actual trading video. I know my last video was just more like a psychology raw, just talk video. But yeah, for this video, guys, I'm gonna show you guys the strategy that basically made me $17,000 last month. The month before that, it made me close to $10,000 that month. That this strategy has really been very consistent for me. So I just want to show you guys how I trade and share my journey with you guys. But I didn't trade yesterday, but I'm going to show you guys the possible trade that I could have took, and just to show you guys that the strategy happens on a weekly basis, that can give you many profits in the market as long as you do the right things in the right order. So I'm going to show you guys. All right, let's get straight into it. All right, guys. So as you guys see here, we just came into this day. We were actually tapping into a massive fair value gap, which is actually crazy on the hourly, right? So that's a pretty massive gap. So maybe expect to see us retrace moving into the next following week. Oh shoot, my bad. But yeah, pretty simply put, we ended up having a inverse fair value gap right here. So that's just a sign we may want to go up. These are just some things that I kind of look at while I'm setting up my market. So just take that into consideration. But normally here we'll go on the 5-minute time frame. We want to see what market tends to do as we start the day. So we have market coming up, sweeping London session high right here, and then we have what I would call early reversal from this black candle. I call it an early reversal because any reversal that happens between 9:30 and 9:50, I count that as an early reversal. This is how I trade. I know a lot of people like to focus on the higher time frames, but I'm a very fast-paced trader, so I like to see what's going on pretty quickly, okay? So we get this reversal down, and then what I want to see is if we're going to continue down or if we are going to end up going back up and then having some sort of second reversal. So we continue up, but not really a full-on move up yet. And then let's just fast forward here. Okay, so we end up getting a move up at 9:55. So remember what I just said. We would want to see if we have another reversal down. Because if we have two reversals, then at that point, I'm pretty confident that we want to go down for the day. So that's something I'd want to see by the time 10:10 if we have some sort of second reversal or if we have a continuation. So if I type this here for you guys, we'll put, we want to see if we reverse, same thing, reverse by 9:50. And then if we have I can't type to save my life, if we have a early reversal, we want to see if we get another. That's pretty much it, right? So may want to write that down, okay? And if you guys want a video on these key levels on how I'm marking out the session times, because I do have an indicator. Look, if I just quickly disappear that, right? See the indicator right there. And then how I'm marking these out. If you guys want a separate video on that, let me know. But I want these trade recaps to be pretty quick and pretty simple. So back to the 5-minute here. We had this move back up, and then we had a second reversal at 10:05. So at this point here, pretty simple. How I trade, I will look for some sort of confirmation. So we'll come over here. We have a down up, which is a low. So we mark the lowest point of that, which would be right here. Up down, which is a high. And then we entered it on the 5-minute. As soon as we get that, we just scale down, and then we look for another form of confirmation, whether that's a break of structure, inverse fair value gap, SMT, whatever we want, right? So from here, we would have looked at this break of structure, okay? So let's make this a little more visual for you guys here. So we get the break of structure at 10:06, right? So at this point, I'm like, all right, cool. We are just going to end up going down here. But you guys have to remember, this is the candle that gave us that sign that we want to continue going down. That gave us that reversal signal, right? That actually closed at 10:10. Always remember, I'll type this out for you guys too as well. The candles close 5 minutes past the time. So don't let this confuse you guys. But when you guys see a candle that says 10:05, that candle actually closed in real time at 10:10. Vice versa, when you see a candle that says 10 o'clock, that actually closed at 10:05. Okay, that's just how the market works. Same thing for any other time frame. If you were to go in the 15-minute, this candle did not close at 10 o'clock. This candle closed at 10:15. This candle did not close at 9:45. It closed at 10 o'clock. All right, you guys get the gist of it. Okay, so let's go back here. All right. We ended up going down to the 1 minute, and then we have this breaker structure. But once again, remember, this 10:05 candle didn't really close until what time, guys? 10:10 exactly. So 10:10 was around here. Just click one more, and we would have shorted right here. Okay, setting up our bracket. This is a 1-to-1, 100 ticks. All right, guys. So my recording ended up cutting out. Sorry about that, but basically setting up our bracket here, and then if we just fast forward, this is pretty much what would have happened during that trade. As you guys see, this is actually a pretty long trade that would have actually taken place this day, but just know that normally this setup does not take this long to hit take profit or to hit stop loss, to be completely honest with you guys. Let's go to the 15-minute because this is taking forever. All right, let's just go right here, and then as you guys see, we would have hit our take profit at 11:30. Now, like I said, normally actually we are like in a trade for only 30 seconds to maybe 90 seconds at most. This was a very long trade because we did end up having news this day, right? If I go over here, go to Forex Factory for you guys, and let's go back to Friday because this is the day we're looking at. As you guys see here, we have a bank holiday. I don't know why the market counts July 3rd as a bank holiday. I guess because it's the day before the 4th. For whatever reason, but that's why I didn't trade, because I knew that this would take long, right? I knew that market will end up being very like choppy and consolidating, as you guys see here. So this is what we call consolidation, when market is like barely moving, right? So consolidation is when we're chopping, right? When we're being volatile is when we're going up and when we're going down, right? And then when we're being directional is when we're going one way or the other, right? And honestly, my favorite days are the days like this where we're going in one direction, right? But yeah, this is pretty much a trade I would have took today. This is the same exact strategy I used to make me $17,000 last month. And then the month prior, I made around $10,000 with this strategy. And then I've been pretty consistent the whole year. But those have been my two recent months where I made 5 figures. So I just want to show you guys this strategy. And, you know, I know a lot of you guys are tapping into my Instagram and to my short form content. So I just want to show you guys I actually know what I'm doing. I actually make money trading, okay? So you also see in the thumbnail too my trading certificates. So certificates, I can't talk, but yeah, that's pretty much it for the recap, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed it. All right, I'll see you guys in the next one. I'll try to drop at least 2 of these a week, as well as those raw videos as well. All right, guys, peace.